proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket treading, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say just that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land under the frame, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in name, the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save, this land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say just that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the free, and the
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching MaxspeedTV. TV.
Are you ready? Are you ready for the comeback? Yeah. Are you ready for the comeback? You know we the ones that ready for whatever. We gon' have to show them something, man. Let me see them hands up all the way front back. You don't understand that I'm doing what you can't with no cap. This is the return of the one. You ain't see him coming, you just heard drums. They've been ready for the battle. Any person that comes got the weight of the world on them. Yeah, they're too strong. I might have been down, not out. It's on sight, you gon' figure that out. And I might have been down, not out. Only one thing I gotta know now is, are you ready for the comeback? Yeah. Are you ready for the... Are you ready for the comeback? You know we the ones that... Let me see them hands up all the way front back. Yeah, this the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback? Now I see you with your bad self. If you into taking L's, then it can't help. I'll be the self-made champ, look at my belt. I built this all from the ground up, this all by myself, y'all know. This is the return of the one. You ain't see him coming, you just heard drums. They've been ready for the battle, any person that comes got the weight of the
Welcome, race fans. Monday Night Premiere Series OP presented by Buttkicker, coming to you live under the lights of Daytona. This is the last race of the round of 16. You are watching MaxspeedTV. TV. Before we get started and introduce my co-broadcaster tonight, got a few things I need to put out here. First of all, need everybody to keep Mama Medlock in your prayers. Just got word she is back from the hospital. She was involved in a hit-and-run accident out on the highway by where she lives at by a semi-truck and destroyed her car. And she is doing good, though, but you're still asking for thoughts and prayers for a full recovery. She does have some broken ribs. I do know that. But yeah, it could have been a lot worse than what it was, but from my understanding, everything is still under investigation. They have not caught the truck that ran into the side of her, pushed her off the highway. I know she was able to slow down enough, but did go head on into a tree off of the highway. So if you guys would out there, keep her in your thoughts and prayers. And we were going to continue on. But, yes, we are in the last race of the round of 16 here. Two guys have already solidified their spots into the Elite Eight. Mr. Zach Workman and Kenny Reel with the wins in the first two races of the round of 16. Stephen Lane up in the booth. And got my good friend Andrew Zonto joining me tonight. Andrew, I know you're watching some NFL stuff, but man, glad to have you up here with me tonight.
Of course, man. Of course. You know, it's big week. You know, my team's playing Thursday night. Go Birds! We're gonna go back to back. Knock on wood. But I'm happy that the Medlocks, Mama Medlock, is doing fine. Hopefully for a speedy recovery. Thoughts and prayers definitely to the Medlock family, to Joshua and his brother. And yeah, I'm just hyped for the entire football season to come. I'm hyped for this race in a couple minutes. I'm hyped for a lot of things, man.
Yeah. Well, of course, it is Labor Day today, folks. Hope everybody had a great Labor Day weekend. We're going to cap this Labor Day off with some great racing here with these premier guys. I'm going to go ahead and I got to get some stuff done here. Yeah, it's still on there. Okay. But we're going to go ahead and get to our standings here, folks. If it comes up. Of course, you can see Kenny Reel and Zach Workman both with the wins. So they are locked in to the playoff or the round of 8 or the Elite 8. Hunter Reynolds, I should say, at a plus 17. Jeff Crosby Jr. at plus 17. And Adam Kilday at plus 17. Zach Fritch at a plus 6. Gabe Butler at plus 2. Now, this is above the cut line. And, of course, you got Josh Ball and Peter DeBorja right there on the bubble. So, those guys are looking for a good night. But he cannot count out the 16 of Nate Warren. He is minus 16. He's 16 points below that cut line. Mark Mann at minus 26. Vicente Guerrero at minus 30. Jimmy Reynolds at minus 34. Stephen Luttrell at minus 41. Rick Sanchez at minus 57. And Brian Wang at minus 71. But any one of those guys below that cut line get a win tonight, they are going to lock themselves in to that Elite 8. Again, we're going to go ahead and look at what happened last week. Of course, Kenny Reel with the win last week at Bumpy Road Daytona. Jeff Crosby Jr. in second. Adam Kilday third. Peter DeBorja in fourth. Zach Fritch rounding out your top 5. The Stage 1 winner of Hunter Reynolds. Stage 2 of Jeff Crosby Jr. And your most points for the last 3 races. Hunter Reynolds with 129. Kenny Reel with 127. Adam Kilday at 124. Jeff Crosby Jr. at 122. And Zach Workman at 118. Well, these guys are going to get ready for qualifying here in just a second. I believe my SDK is wanting to be difficult on me, but we're going to go ahead and refresh it here. About a minute left of practice, but we're going to go ahead and get to our pre-race and analytics here. Andrew, tonight we are at 74-degree air temperature. The humidity is pretty high at 79%, partly cloudy with 4-mile-an-hour winds. A track temperature at 79 or 75. So, Andrew, just out of your experience, a 79-degree humidity with a 75-degree track temp, still going to make for some pretty good racing at the big track at Daytona.
Absolutely. I think with the racing that we're going to see tonight, it's going to be, I wouldn't say much of a tight car. I feel the car is going to be pretty well balanced out. It's not too cold out. It's not too warm. It's a perfect night. The cars are really going to stretch it to 3 wide. We're definitely going to see a lot of 3 wide tonight. I really don't think we're going to have any loose people compared to last week with the track temp being, I believe it was 130-something degrees last week.
Yeah, it was pretty warm last week, so definitely a big difference compared to last week with tonight. As we get ready to go qualify, we're going to go ahead and get our qualifying times up here. They are going to be start qualifying. Of course, they only get 1 lap. They get a warm-up lap and then their official qualifying lap. We are looking at 20. It looked like I had about 29 drivers in tonight here for this last race of the round of 16. As we go ahead and start get ready for qualifying, guys are lining up down on a pit road. Gabe Butler looks like he is the first to come out. Vicente Guerrero, he is coming off a pit road right now. Nate Warren, Dustin Logston, Les Levy. Guys are starting to come out. Jeff Crosby Jr., Richard Kuhn, Zach Workman. Of course, Eric Laurie. I'm looking to see who else. Sean McCarr coming out. Jeff Crosby Sr. Peter DeBorja coming out on the track as well. Peter looked like he's running a new paint scheme tonight. Either that or my trading paints is acting up. Got Peter in a white Coffee Co.
It's a new paint scheme.
I was fixing to say, it looks like a new paint scheme. But
I do love how... I do love on iRacing how we can be creative with the paint schemes.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of great schemes out there. Zach Workman, like, I guess that's a clown car? An avatar clown car?
Yeah.
I kind of like it. I saw Rick Sanchez having a throwback to, I believe it was Terry Labonte's Kellogg's car.
Rick Sanchez, I got him in a Blue Flames truck tonight.
Oh yeah, there he is.
Adam Schramm in the Napa truck. Les Levy in his Ricky Bobby Foundation Maker's Mark. Eric Laurie, I got him in the black and green John Deere. Oops. Clicked on a guy that wasn't even out there. Of course, Everett Lane with the old Jeff Gordon Flames, red, yellow, and black. Our times are starting to come in. Right now, Vicente Guerrero, Gabe Butler, both right at the top of that leaderboard.
I want to say, while we have time during qualifying, when looking back at the points, you do have, it's not very large gaps for a lot of the field besides after Mark Mann. Anybody after Mark Mann, Vincent Guerrero, Brian Reynolds, Latrell Sanchez, and Brian Wang, who missed the last 2 races, is in this race tonight. They are all in must-win situations. With 29 drivers, you're only going to get 29-ish points. You will get some stage points, but I do believe that those 5 drivers definitely most likely will need a win tonight. Mark Mann can still technically getting on points. Warren definitely on points. DeBorja and Bald, that's definitely going to be a battle to watch. It's basically whoever's going to finish in front of the other. It's going to be in. Gabe Butler, only 2 points up. And Zach French, like, did one bad wreck. They're in trouble.
Oh, yeah, and I agree. Even the guys really that's on the bubble, they can have a bad night and just completely knock them out of their chance. I mean, Josh Ball, Gabe Butler at +2, +0, Peter DeBorja right there as well. They could have a bad night, and that just ruined their chance, of getting anything. But right now, Mark Mann setting the fastest lap for qualifying, which is Mark normally don't qualify, but I mean he did put down a 51:30 here tonight to take that top spot away from Vicente Guerrero. So we're just gonna have to wait.
Hey, it's a bonus point.
It is, and that actually helps. Of course, stage points will be a factor as well. Guys, some points do matter. Even coming into this last race. But, yeah, I have to agree with Andrew that there are certain guys that it's a must-win to continue on. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Well, qualifying is over, and Mark Mann does have that top spot. He is down there in Vendetta, so let's go ahead and get my Discord to work right. We'll bring Mark Mann up here. Mark, congratulations on getting the pole tonight, buddy. A little odd seeing you out there qualifying, but man, you had to do something to make up some points here.
You're absolutely hit the nail on the head there. I am so far behind in the points that to even have a look at this tonight, I'm gonna have to have a good race. I mean, I'm gonna start up front and see what I can do. That kind of kills you when it comes to fuel too. If you stay in the front 2 lines, or no, we'll see. I'll probably get wrecked and end up at the back anyway.
You never know, but you're kind of into that position where you get the pole point, and of course, if you're able to get the stage points, that's definitely going to help. But to really solidify your spot into the round of 8, you're going to have to get that victory tonight.
Yeah, I think you're right. And that's a lot to ask for. That's a tall task to try to win your way into the next round. It's not that easy. So I'm just gonna have some fun tonight. See where the cards shake out there at the end.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on getting that pole tonight. We are going to let you go to get ready to get here, get gridded. We're going to get to our MaxspeedTV starting grid. So congratulations, good luck, buddy, and hopefully we'll catch you at the end of the race.
Thanks, bro.
All right, we'll get him back down to his room down there. And I'm not seeing a lot of guys gridding up. There we go. We'll get them on that starting grid. And then we're going to get our MaxspeedTV OP Premier Series presented by Buttkicker. This is your starting grid. Mark Mann on the pole. Of course, Vicente Guerrero in second. The starting row number 2 is going to be the 88 of Gabe Butler. To his outside will be the 85 of Adam Kilday. Starting row number 3, Jeff Crosby Jr. and Dustin Logston. Starting row number 4, Peter DeBorja, Stephen Luttrell. Starting row number 5, Josh Ball and Zach Fritch. Starting row number 6, Eric Laurie and Mr. Les Levy. Row number 7, Zach Workman and Jimmy Reynolds. Row number 8 is going to be Hunter Reynolds and Jeff Crosby Sr. Row 9, Richard Kuhn, Everett Lane. Row number 10 is going to be Rick Sanchez and Nate Warren. Starting row number 11, Sean McCara and Andrew Schroeder. Row number 12, Adam Schramm and Mike Edgerton. Row number 13 is going to be Dave Hunt and David Overstreet. Row number 14 is going to be Douglas Johnson and Lynn McNeese. And, of course, it's not going to show it, but the last driver of the field will be that 05 of Brian Wang. It doesn't look like Doug or Brian has actually started with the rest of the field. Looks like they are still down on pit road. So maybe going to start back there on pit road as we get ready to go green here, folks, for, like I said, this is the last race of the round of 16. And one more thing I wanted to say, guys, of course, Andrew, this is going to be a shock to some. Nothing is set in stone just yet, but this is possibly going to be the last seasons that I broadcast. So looking at getting back out on the track and doing some racing myself, but also wanting to spend a little more time with my wife and do some things together. And it's hard for me to do when I'm always sitting in front of the computer screen broadcasting. As we get ready to go green here. The Chevrolet green flag is out. Here we go, folks. We are playoff style racing under the lights of Daytona here tonight for the last race of the round of 16. I know it's kind of going to be a shock, and a lot of people don't know Andrew, but this is not something that I've just decided. I've been thinking about this for a while, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, racing, well, it's all in our blood. Like, we all want to race, have fun. I understand being up in the booth, you know, takes away some of that fun that you want to have. I know that, you know, some circumstances the last couple seasons, you know, held you back from racing, but, you know, you might, your blood, it needs to race.
Well, I mean, yes, and at the same time, I have spent quite a bit of money on my equipment, and at the same time, but it's just I'm wanting to actually do more stuff with my wife, and you know, spend some time with her, because we work the same days. She gets off work earlier than I do most of the time, but again, just trying to get stuff, you know, being able to do stuff is hard, especially when you got to get up in the morning, get ready for broadcasting, get everything set up. You know, it's just, like I said, it's not something that, it's not an easy decision, because I don't want to let, you know, our viewers, our fans, and the drivers down by not bringing a good product out here. So, excuse me. But enough of that.
Tears.
Yeah, no tears. Like I said, nothing is set in stone yet. I have discussed it with Joshua, as we see Gabe Butler switching back and forth between that inside line and that second lane. Of course, he's doing that for, you know, a couple of reasons. Help keeping those trucks behind him, the pushers cooled off, and also to kind of slow that run down on that outside. But you know, Gabe is right there on the bubble, so he is looking to get that victory tonight as well, and get as many points as he can to, you know, push himself into that Elite Eight.
Yeah, I think if they do well in one of the two stages, they get enough points to have a little bit more of a cushion to where if something does go wrong, they use their fast repair and they just sit and ride in the back. And they should have a comfortable, you know, cushion. But you also have to think about, you know, if there is a new winner that isn't in the top 8, then you gotta race a little bit more.
That is correct. You know, of course, what I think what you meant, the top 16 that aren't in the playoffs. You know, he is right. You know, if you get somebody that's not in the playoffs and wins a race, then, you know, you're just going to have to push that much harder during the race to really solidify your spot. But, man, right now it's just back and forth. Gabe Butler, Mark down on the inside. And Gabe, he is switching back and forth. Now, Mark's going to have a little bit of a run, but he's got that 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. right behind him. And Vicente Guerrero is just pushing the back bumper off of that 88 of Gabe Butler. And really, these guys are just kind of Well, nobody's really pushing anything too hard too soon.
Yeah, it's a long race, 100 laps. Like, gotta go with the flow.
Yep, got several people out there in chat. Eric W., William Luttrell. I see Braden Kaus out there. He's rooting for the leader and the second place to win. And then also I see Moose Pie joining us out there. How are you doing tonight? Now we got some 3 wide action here. That is the 12 of Zach Fritch and that 19 of Zach Workman, which, you know, again, 3 wide at Daytona is especially at the new Daytona, is very doable, and it's a lot easier to do than 08 Daytona.
Yeah. 08 Daytona is just too bumpy. It's hard to control a line. You have to have really strong master steering capabilities to hold a line there.
Ooh, big shot by the...
As I said before. Sorry.
No, it's a big shot there by the 14, but that third lane is really getting a run right now, Andrew, with Workman and Fritch out there. But they kind of stall out going into the corner. The 14 down a little bit, getting some of that side draft off of Mark Mann. But
it does look like they're going to help from Nate Warren and from Andrew Schroeder. A couple car lengths back behind the third lane. But as I said before in the pre-race, that with the cooler temperatures, the cars are not slick, the cars are going to stick to the track, and it's going to really open up that third lane. You can run a third lane with, you know, warm enough temperatures and stuff like that, but it's tougher to control. But when it's nice and cool out, the car wants to stick to where it's at.
yeah, speaking of the run, look at the run that Fritch and Workman and Warren now getting on that third line. Man, they just kind of screamed up through the field. Now here comes the 48 of Andrew Schroeder. Going to make it 3 wide, 4 rows deep, as Gabe Butler is still jumping back and forth between that second and first lanes. As we are a lap 9 in the books.
And I just want to say some breaking news. Some happy breaking news.
What you got?
The #1 player from the 2004 to 2005 NFL season is Saquon Barkley. Let's go Birds!
So you mean the 24-25 season?
Yes.
Not the 04-05. I don't think he was around back then.
My bad. Hey, when September starts, it's football season. NASCAR's totally leaving my mind. It's all about football. And iRacing.
So I did watch a little bit of that, or actually I watched the whole race last night, or not last night. Yeah, it was last night, of the ARCA Menards series, and it was a dirt track race, which was, I didn't know they did that with the Menards series, but the ARCA Menards series, but that was actually a pretty decent race last night.
Series, like, it has its moments, but it's always played with the arc of braking, which we see that here all the time.
Well, lap 10 in the books. We start a lap 11 here, Andrew. Now I didn't even think to ask or find out what the percentage is on fuel. I know they kind of do a 45%, so we're probably looking at about 16 laps, I would think.
It's going to throw a couple people off, definitely for sure. But it's just line up with your buddies. You got to have flawless pit stops, no issues getting on, no issues on pit road, no issues getting off. Make sure everyone's all bunched up together.
Well, here we go. We're already starting to see pit stops. That is Gabe Butler bringing that main group down with Peter DeBorja, Vicente Guerrero, Jeff Crosby Jr., Josh Ball, Jimmy Reynolds, Hunter Reynolds, Eric Laurie, Les Levy, Lynn McNeese, and Everett Lane. So big group of guys coming down. definitely going to spread the field out. Mark Mann, Adam Kilday opting to stay out. Now, the problem is you got Dustin Logston and that 36 of Stephen Luttrell out on that outside line. Now, they do have a rule here, folks, and David Overstreet I see out there as well. Now, they do have a rule for the league that you have to pit from that low line. So Adam Kilday, he is bringing that second big group down with him, Mark Mann, Fritsch, Workman, Warren, Sanchez, Schroeder, Macara, Schramm, and Edgerton. That's just going to leave Dustin Logston, Stephen Luttrell, David Overstreet, Richard Kuhn, Jeff Crosby Sr., Dave Hunt staying out on this lap. And that first group, Mark Mann, they are just now coming off of pit road. Adam Kilday going to take the lead coming off of pit road. Guys, got to be careful about crossing that yellow line. They will get a black flag for that if they're not careful.
But I would say it's better if you do get a penalty, it's better to have it early in the race to where you can overcome from that.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, in order to get black flag from that, two wheels have to cross both lines, correct?
Yes.
So they have to actually touch the racing surface in order to get a black flag. But David Overstreet, Dave Hunt opted to stay out. Again, Dustin Logston, Stephen Luttrell, Jeff Crosby Sr., Richard Kuhn, they are down pit road and coming off of pit road now. But Gabe Butler and that crew, big group right there, already up to speed, about 180. I'm seeing 190 for the top speeds. As they pass Stephen Luttrell coming off of pit road there. Looking at Dave Hunt and David Overstreet. Let's see if they are going to come down pit road this time, or are they going to go ahead and stay out for another lap? Of course, lap 15, we will get the white flag for the stage at lap 25, yellow flag for the stage in at lap 26.
A little bit surprising that we had that group pitted pretty early.
Yeah, it did kind of surprise me as well, but here comes David Overstreet and Dave Hunt. They've got a 30-second gap on Gabe Butler and this crew, so they will be able to get back around these two guys. Jeff Crosby Jr. out on the high line. Looks like Jimmy Reynolds, Mark Mann out there as well. And here comes Zach Fritsch, Zach Workman, and Nate Warren sticking to their guns on that second line. So you're looking at 6 trucks on that outside, 4 trucks on the inside as they come around the leaders there of Overstreet and Hunt. Now, I was going to ask here real quick, Andrew, in your opinion, the more trucks you have, is that a better or worse than having, say the 4 trucks on the inside line?
My answer would be yes. It's both. The thing is, when it comes to the pack racing, it depends on who you have. How closer could different packs be together? If you have a large pack, you're going to have double file racing. People want to get up front. People want to be racing. People want to be edgy. People want to get higher up in the pack before they pit. It saves them time. But right now, you have that group that did pit. They are gaining time on these guys who are racing side by side. So, and all said and done, when this group does pit, turns out in actuality, as we have Mark Mann getting shoved down to...
Sanchez, there we go. This is going to bring out our first caution. Oh, man, Mark Mann did not need that. Adam Kilday, Rick Sanchez, Mark Mann all getting a piece of that. It looks like they got the worst of it with Josh Ball taking over the lead. Well, that's going to bring out our first caution of the night. Let's take a look here and see what MaxspeedTV TV shows us, if it will. Let me, but my button's not working. So I have to scroll back up here to the yellow flag. We'll back this. Yeah, I was kind of watching that, and it took us to Mark Man. So we'll go ahead and get this flipped around here.
It's with Gabe Butler and Rick Sanchez. Gabe just came down, and I guess slight netcode, but it was more of a bumper hook. And Rick Sanchez just kept trying to save it, couldn't.
Yeah, he got up into the side of Josh Ball. Them two, they were just dooring each other. Looked like Rick might have got a little bit loose. Come up into Josh Ball and then right up into Gabe Butler. Well, that gets him and Zach Fritsch together. Gabe into the wall. And then Adam Kilday and Mark Mann, as Rick come back down the bottom of the track, get caught up in it. It doesn't look like a whole lot of damage. Mark Mann, though, he did hit that. Ooh, Rick both hit that inside wall. So they're going to have significant damage. Now, do you use your fast repair this early? Do you wait and hold off? And
it depends how bad the damage is, honestly. If it affects the steering, then it's going to be up to how well you can hold a line. Let's see right here. It doesn't look like Mark's using his fast repair.
No, he is still down on pit road. Well, that's going to put...
Yeah. My honesty is to try to repair up as much as you can. If it's more than about 5-ish minutes, and if it really affects the transmission and the engine, then you might as well just use the fast repair and stay in the back. If not, and it's just more aero, a little bit of steering, it's better off, sitting in the pits, repairing it, staying in the back. You still got another 80 more laps to go, so there's going to be more cautions coming out.
Yep, that's going to bring us to our first commercial break of the night here, folks. When we get back, we will run through where our top 10 are at. Hang tight. We will be back in just a few.
Sizzling summer savings are yours for the taking at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Save now before the price adjustments kick in. Get up to $9,000 off MSRP on select new Silverado models or incredible 0% financing on select new Chevrolet vehicles. And the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months, no charge scheduled maintenance. Get the best deals at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Your Silverado headquarters. Online at Chevyland.com.
All right, we are back running through our top 10. Josh Ball, your leader. Gabe Butler, second. Zach Fritsch in third. Jeff Crosby Jr. sitting fourth. Zach Workman in fifth. Adam Kilday in sixth. Nate Warren in seventh. Jimmy Reynolds in eighth. Dustin Logston ninth. And Sean McCara going to be rounding out your top 10 as they are coming down the back stretch. The lights on the pace truck are out. We are double file restarts here. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in. Of course, if you're just joining us, we had a few announcements earlier, so we're going to go ahead and you guys keep Mama Medlock in your thoughts and prayers for a speedy recovery. She was involved in a hit and run with a semi-truck last week. Just got home from the hospital today. I talked to Josh earlier. She's doing okay. Does have some broken ribs. Could have been a lot worse. They did not catch the truck, so I think they are investigating all of that. Jeremy Medlock out there tuning in chat. So, but you guys keep Mama Medlock in your thoughts and prayers for speedy recovery. For some, I know she's in quite a bit of pain. But Pace Truck does dive off down to the safety pit road. The Chevrolet green flag back out once again. It already gave Butler, Josh, and Ball toward each other on that restart. Mark Mann did make it back out of pit road, so he is still on the lead lap. But let's look and see. He still has some damage. I see to the rear end and to the side. A little bit of left front damage there. So he is going to try to buy his time, and I guess he got as much as fixed as he could. Already seeing guys dropping down to that apron. That was the 5. It looked like of Rick Sanchez. I think he is falling back actually to maybe help out Mark. They are teammates down there at the Vendetta Motorsports.
Just a quick some bases. Peter DeBorja, I believe, was involved in that last caution. He is right now out of the race, 3 laps down.
Oh no!
Douglas Johnson is 20 laps down, and Brian Wayne did not start the race.
No, he did not.
Brian, I'm having a stroke here. Brian Wang is officially out of the next round. And Peter DeBorja, if I remember based on yeah, he was the tiebreaker. He was in the tiebreaker.
Yeah, him and Josh Ball were both at +0. So, well, Jeremy said, I don't know if you see that in chat. Well, just try to make her as comfortable as possible, Jeremy, and let her know that you know, all of us out here are thinking about her. And look at the run at Vicente Guerrero. Oh, Vicente come down. Wasn't clear. We caught that live right here, and that's going to bring out another caution. Big checkup. And that will end the stage. And as we get back, you can see Vicente with that run on that outside line. Just was not quite clear of the 16 of Warren. Comes down on him and gets turned, and that just collects a lot of trucks here. The 36 involved, the 53, the 88, the 19, the 26, the 87, the 46 getting a piece, the 71, the 47. It looks like Eric Laurie in the 71 was able to get it shut down, but not what some of these guys wanted here as we go back live.
It looks like Vincent was trying to go down, wasn't clear, and yep, lots of hard hits. I did take a look back at the replay. It was during the caution that Peter DeBorja just lost connection.
Well, you know, I tell you, even pre-race, Andrew, I was getting that little I don't know what you call it, little notification at the top of my screen showing a packet loss. So I've been getting that a lot here lately as well. And I think that's been the problem of my, freezing up and kicking me out of iRacing.
Hopefully Peter DeBorja can get back in. Doesn't seem like it. Now 6 laps down.
Yeah, I'm not even showing him out here. But Everett Lane going to be your new leader right now. Josh Ball in second. Richard Kuhn.
I got it. My fire alarm going off.
Uh-oh. Richard Kuhn in at third. Les Levy fourth. Gabe Butler fifth. Jeff Crosby Jr. in sixth. Mike Edgerton in seventh. Jimmy Reynolds in eighth. Dustin Logston in ninth. And Andrew Schroeder rounding out your top 10. So again, folks, y'all guys keep Mama Medlock in your prayers. I know Jeremy is there with her, and yeah, well, hopefully she can get some comfort. And yeah, and William's right, Jeremy. Take care of your mama. But again, folks, like I said earlier, nothing is set in stone. But I am probably going to be stepping away from broadcasting after the seasons here are over. But we will see what happens. Again, it's not an easy decision. When I stepped into the broadcast booth, it was to help Joshua when he had his heart attack and his surgery. I just could not sit back and do nothing. And well, to put it in layman's terms, I didn't want to see MaxspeedTV TV go away, so I did what I thought was right, what a friend would do. And but I'm wanting to, like I said, I'm wanting to spend more time doing stuff with my wife, and it's not been something that I've taken lightly, but we'll wait and see what happens here. Peter DeBorja up in our waiting room. Well, let's bring Peter in here. Peter, Steve up in the booth, buddy. I seen you sitting up there. Everything good to go, my brother?
No, man. We're getting it loaded back in the hauler. It was a valiant effort, put a hot rod together for this playoff bubble, but we just kept overheating the video card there.
Oh, no.
Shutting down and checked the liquid cooling reservoir, and it was super low. So really unfortunate timing. We hadn't had any mechanical malfunctions in the car all season long. And the guys, obviously, at the shop put me in a good spot here, so I can't hold it against them, but we just didn't have the equipment to run 100 laps tonight.
Well, man, I hate to hear that. I mean, we thought you were going to have a pretty decent run there. You were right up front there, but there's always next season as we're fixing to go back green here, Peter. But I'm glad you're up here. I wanted to visit with you here for a second. But the Chevrolet green flag back out as we get back restarted and on the loud pedal. We had a couple of announcements, Pete, and one of them was, I don't know if you heard or not, but Mama Medlock was involved in a hit-and-run accident with a semi-truck.
Oh my goodness,
and,
I did not hear about that.
She just got home from the hospital, and she's doing okay. She's got some broken ribs, I think, and pretty sore. But she is back home, so we're kind of getting everybody's thoughts and prayers with her right now for a recovery.
Well, that definitely puts a lot of these pretend race cars driving around in circles on the internet in perspective, for sure.
Yes, it does. But
keeping
also,
them in our thoughts there.
Oh, absolutely. Well, nothing's set in stone yet, but this may be some of my final broadcasts.
All right. Moving on to bigger and better things? Is that a promotion deal? What's happening?
No,
Stepping back? Oh.
really wanting to spend some time with my wife and doing some things with her. Broadcasting takes up a lot of my time, but I'm also wanting to get back out on the track and racing.
As a guy who used to run 6 nights a week and now literally just runs this series only, you're not going to find any arguments from me about stepping away from the iRacing program for a little while for some more family time. So
it's just me and her both worked at the same place and we worked the same schedules. Only difference is her work to her duty is a little bit earlier than mine, but by the time I get home, and then on the weekends, especially like a long weekend like this, of course, fortunate for Saturday and Sunday, we didn't have any races going on. Anthony postponed the race for Saturday because of the holiday weekend. We were actually able to do some things together this weekend and
so it sounds like you just need to quit the Saturday deal because that's when you get more hangout time. But Monday should be fine, right? Like, who wants to hang out on Monday night?
Yeah, well, it's like I said, this is not a decision that has come real easy. But again, I do have a lot of money tied up into my rig and really want to race a little bit more too, but at the same time, probably not a whole lot on the weekends because we are looking at, because we live right on the lake, Pete, and we are looking at getting.
Never been within 1,000 miles of Arkansas, so I'll just have to take your word for it. But
well, fortunately, I don't live in Arkansas, so we're good there.
You're in that area. Where are you at then?
I do live close to Arkansas.
How much do you want to divulge? I'm sorry.
I'm about 45 minutes west of Fort Smith, of the state line.
What does that mean? Is that Oklahoma?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm in Oklahoma.
Okay, all right. Gotcha. I was in Dallas last month, so maybe I was within 1,000 miles.
Well, yeah. Depending on which way you went there.
I flew, landed in Dallas Love Airport. Dave Hunt picked me up and drove me to my destination. So I got to have dinner with him and hang out.
Oh, nice.
So anytime I try to do a travel, I start doing quick research on which OP driver is closest to me and can I buy them dinner or something like that in order to not pay an Uber. So hung out with I think since this year alone, I've hung out with like 6 OP drivers that I hadn't met before. So yeah, like we went to Florida and did the Richard Kuhn, Gabe, Hunter, Jimmy, Eric Laurie tour.
Nice.
And I know there's a lot of Florida men out there I missed, but those are the ones that I was able to meet up with at least.
Well, if you were down in the Keys area, you forgot about Mike Entry.
Oh, he's down that way. That's right. I know. Rada is down in Titus, or not Titus, but he's down closer to Miami. He's in southern Florida. Jeremy Stanley is over Titusville. I know. What's it called? Brigante is over in that near Daytona area too. And then if you go over towards the Panhandle, that's where you find like Logan Helton, that family and stuff. And there's probably more that I don't know about, but those are the guys I know. The next trip's probably going to be Indiana at some point to check a lot of those guys off the list. But I've met most of them too, other places.
Okay. Yeah,
But that's where you get. Yeah.
I'm about 4 hours north of Dallas. Right.
By car, by plane, by boat. What is that?
Well, by car.
Okay, got it.
So yeah, on foot. On foot, I'd be about 4 days. Horseback, 3 days. But no, I live about 4 hours north of Dallas, and I'm about an hour south of Tulsa.
Gotcha. All right. If I didn't make it clear, my rig is blowing up over on the other side of the room. I can't see what's going on. So if I just talked over a wreck, or there were things that you needed to interject with, I'm so sorry. I have no idea what's happening on the track.
No, right.
Okay, I'm not sitting at my desk. I'm flying in a helicopter back to team headquarters.
Uh-oh.
So you got to take this seriously, right?
Yeah. Right now we had somebody ask where Steven's running. Steven Luttrell's running right now in 25th. He is down 7.
He needs a win tonight, right? He's like 41 down. He's out there strictly looking for the trophy.
Yeah, there's several guys that are a must-win. Mark Mann, I think, was another one.
Before I get too in-depth in this PC, I am going to have to check for fingerprints to see if Josh Ball or Gabe Butler had any tampering to do. Because I know they are now exhaling much easier with that 42 out of the race. But I didn't get a chance to get an interview all season with you at a post-race deal. I never had a top 3 finish all season long, but I really just wanted to take one sec here before I bounce to shout out the Nerd Esports guys. They've never had a driver get into the top 8 before. This is a really cool opportunity to get someone up there, and a lot of those guys haven't been in a super high-pressure situation on Mondays before. A lot of those guys have done some amazing stuff on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Dustin's made a Saturday final before, and Jeff's seen plenty of races. Richard's done the same, but Mondays we just never had the chance to put it together, and I was really looking forward to do that. I was only in this spot because of all the work they had been doing all season. The great work they did last week to keep me in the top 10, and they're in there racing hard right now. Bummed out that I'm not able to do it. Like they're showing up literally just for me. So I'm gonna go hang out with them and spot for them the rest of the race. But I just wanted to make sure I gave a shout out to those guys in case I didn't get a chance to do it all this season.
All right, Pete. Well, thanks for coming up here, buddy. Man, I hate it that your night ended like it did, but let's get the engine overheating stuff issues worked out, and man, there's always next season, and who knows? Like I said, nothing has been decided just yet, but I do know that I am really contemplating stepping away from broadcast and getting back out to racing. And who knows? There may be a chance that, this old boy might be a part of Nerditudes one of these days.
You got to do what you got to do, man. Think about, Markman says it best. It's not going to be long. There will be a moment in time, not in the too distant future, where we will look back on this being a great memory.
Absolutely.
And that means you got to use every single minute as best you can here. And, if that means at the end of this season you got to do something different, for your own sanity, for your own relationship with your family, for your own getting work done, whatever you got to take care of, man, everyone understands. It's just what we do on Mondays to blow off some steam. You're not held to any serious obligations there. But who's this other guy in the booth? Maybe he's going to be doing it instead. Pass the torch off. Get him some SDK subscriptions.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
You want to sell me an entire setup?
Well, you got a computer. It's like $100 a year. You can subscribe to that.
Yeah, do I really got the money though?
Then you start your own YouTube channel, monetize it, throw some commercials on there, pay for itself. You're good to go. Yeah, man. Or just get a VTube Hatsune Miku or whatever you're gonna do, and get the AI voice modulator.
There you go.
All right, thanks so much for broadcasting tonight, guys. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, buddy. We'll see you.
Later.
All right, see you.
Well, we just had some.
Night.
Yeah, we just had some green flag pit stops. Gabe Butler, Hunter Reynolds, Jimmy Reynolds, Everett Lane, all come down pit road. Now we got a big group down there. Adam Kilday, Jeff Crosby Jr., Josh Ball, Zach Fritz, Zach Workman, Richard Kuhn, Adam Schraub, Rick Sanchez, Lynn McNeese, Mark Mann, Vicente Guerrero, Stephen Luttrell, Nate Warren, and Sean McCara all down on a pit road. So Dustin Logston, speaking of the Nerditudes guys, Dustin Logston right now leading the race with David Overstreet, but they're coming down pit road now. And David Overstreet, Dave Hunt, they're going to stay out another lap though. But, one caution could make a difference, and I know we missed our stage winner, folks. I do apologize about that. We kind of got caught up there, but
Well, we'll do both of them for next caution.
Yeah, well, we will do that for sure. I got to find out who won the first stage. I don't even know, because it ended under caution, and I think we were talking about something and kind of got sidetracked there. But lap 39 of 100.
I'll take a look.
Yeah, take a look for me and see, because it happened under caution.
Also, quick update. No smoke, no fire. My house is fine.
Okay.
It's just some issue with the alarm. I guess it was testing, and it just went off for some reason. What lap was stage?
The stage ended under caution at lap 23.
And the stage is at 25? Completion 25?
Well, if the caution comes out after lap 21, and it's going to be the first whoever's in the lead coming down pit road, but I think it was Everett Lane that actually had the lead under that caution. So.
Okay, so let me see.
Well, here comes those other two trucks of David Overstreet, Dave Hunt. But Gabe Butler and that big group behind, you know, coming up quick, already up to speed. So
I believe it was Josh Ball. Wait, 23.
but I think, well, Everett may have been. It was Josh Ball. Okay, so we'll bring those two guys up at the end of stage 2. We are, let's see, so if we don't have a caution, lap 46 is where we're at on that. So if we stay green, it'll go to 50-51 will be the end of stage 2. But if we have a caution come out at 46 or later, that will be the end of stage 2. But right now, Gabe Butler, though, he is out front. Oh, what a move by Workman going to the outside in front of Hunter. We cross over here. But looking at that group right there, we are all the way back. Rick Sanchez, let's see. Eric Laurie is the last truck of that group. And then you got Richard Kuhn, Lee McNeese, and Adam Schramm playing catch up there. Dustin Logston kind of back here by himself about, well, now he's about 4 seconds back. Andrew Schroeder is about 3.5 seconds behind Dustin. Dave Hunt, David Overstreet, though, they're gaining ground on Schroeder. They're liable to pick him up and get him pushed back up to the front, or at least caught up with the other group. Then you got Jeff Crosby Sr. back here by himself. Mark Mann, Vicente Guerrero, Sean McCarr running together. Nate Warren and Stephen Latrell. Stephen's still missing his left front fender.
He'd be fine.
He'd be all right.
Up for now.
Yeah, it'll buff out. And then Mike Edgerton. Of course, everybody's still on the lead lap. Unfortunately, Peter DeBorja having the overheating issues, having to drop out of the race. We heard him. He's not real excited about that. But, you know, when you're at the mercy of technology, it's kind of, well, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. So that leaves us with 26 drivers in the field, Andrew. And this big group up here, Jeff Crosby Jr. down on the inside with Sanchez, Fritch, and Workman. And then on the outside, you've got Kilday. That is Butler, Reynolds, Hunter Reynolds, Jimmy Reynolds, Josh Ball, and, of course, the 62 of Les Levy getting in the mix. Here comes the 24 of Everett Lane and the 87 of Adam Schramm. But everybody's still on the lead lap. Ooh, easy, boys. A little bit of door-to-door there between Gabe and Jeff Crosby Jr. Great avoidance there to keep from causing something that could have been worse. And, well, Everett Lane stuck on that outside line by himself. Unfortunately, he is going to fall back and drop back in behind the 87. We're really seeing some according effect here, Andrew. Are you seeing the same thing? He might have stepped away.
Sorry.
Oh.
My bad.
No, I'm saying.
Sorry, I had my mic on mute.
So I'm seeing some accordion effect here. Are you seeing the same thing too?
By accordion effect, you mean the cars kind of like bumping off each other, or the cars kind of like glitching off each other?
No, just kind of a back and forth. They gain, they back off, they'd have to lift, gain again and lift. You know.
Yeah, it's typical for super speedway racing. It just depends on who's really trying to push, who's trying to lay off. People behind the people that are trying to lay off are pushing, and so it causes a lot of confusion in the lines.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, saves. He saves it.
Nope.
And
That's going to bring out our caution here. Lap 46 exactly. And, ooh, Jimmy Reynolds sliding on his side. Back up the track. And then he drops it down to the apron. It looks like Hunter Reynolds is going to be our Stage 2 winner. He is currently in the lead right now, so we'll get...
that looks like it was on Josh. I think he was just following Hunter and forgot that Gabe was to his inside. But what a great save by Josh.
Yeah, it really was. And, you know, again, it's we'll take a look at it after we get our interviews in here. I want to make sure that we get our 2 interviews. Of course, that's going to be between our, 2 top drivers right now, Hunter Reynolds and Josh Ball. I believe you said Josh was the winner of Stage 1. Which Josh Ball needed that because he was right there on that bubble. So definitely much needed for Josh to get that Stage 1 win. So we're going to go ahead and visit. Well, we'll wait till they get done with their pit stops here. And then we'll visit with Josh and Hunter. Josh being our Stage 1 winner and Hunter being our Stage 2 winner. So bids into the stage, I would say fuel and 4 tires.
Dude.
This looks like what Josh is doing. So as soon as Josh gets off a pit road or starts rolling, we'll get him up here. Josh is part of that no presta.
Pasta la pasta.
Yeah, so you got some jokers out here that turned it into no pasta on Discord. It's actually no presta race team here, so Josh must be getting some damage fixed. He is rolling, so we'll go ahead and bring Josh up here real quick. Josh Ball, Steve, and Andrew up here in the booth, buddy. We didn't catch you at Stage 1, but you were, I believe, the Stage 1 winner, man. How are you feeling out there tonight?
So far so good in the Stage 1 there. At the end of this stage, there was, when I was behind Hunter there on the backstretch, when he cut down, my bumper was hooked on him, so it dragged me down with him, and I was turning to the right. But couldn't stay off of the 88, so fortunately that caused that caution.
Well, man, you kind of needed those stage points after Stage 1. You're right there on the bubble. Of course, you know, that's going to help you in the long run, but of course, you know, we're all out here to run and try to get that victory. You're in a pretty good spot. You dropped back to 22nd. Looked like you might have had to get a little bit of damage there fixed, but congratulations there, bud. But what do you got for him for the rest of the race?
Well, hopefully we're just going to try to keep the nose clean, and yeah, pretty much it. Just keep the nose clean and try to make it to the end here without having any big crashes. So.
All right. Well, congratulations, buddy, on the Stage 1 win. Good luck, man. We'll hopefully catch you into the race.
Thanks, guys.
All right, and that's going to bring us to our Stage 2 winner. We'll try to get him up here real quick. Hunter Reynolds, buddy, real quick, Stage 2 winner. Congratulations, man. We had to get with our Stage 1 winner real quick. Man, how are you feeling out there tonight?
Not great. It's been a, I mean, stage win good, yes. No stage points in stage 1 bad. Had to fix damage. Still have the quick, which is good, but oh, dude, it's just been all over the place. These guys are wild tonight. There's no telling who's gonna freaking cause one or not. It's like, I don't know.
Well, 50 lap shootout here to the win, or to the end, I should say. Of course, you're still sitting in pretty good shape, I think, in the points, but man, it's not going to be easy.
No, especially as wild as these guys are tonight. It's like we could literally wreck anywhere. So, I mean, that's normal, but I don't know. It just feels like the notch is turned up because of playoffs, which I get. But holy cow, let's try not to wreck each other. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens here. I'm in okay shape. I just got to finish up here, and my teammate Gabe's not in a good shape, and neither's my dad. So I'm gonna maybe help them guys out. I don't know. I feel like it's free for all out here right now, but we'll see what we can put together.
All right, good luck, buddy. You fix to go back green. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Not a bad idea.
No, it's not. As we get back green flag racing here, guys, and like he said, it's just going to be where you finish at, really. Of course, we always say that super speedway racing, you got to have some skill to control your truck, but you also got to have a little bit of luck to. Ooh, big checkup though by the 46 of David Overstreet, but you got to have a little bit of luck to go with that skill. I don't know, your mic may be cutting out a little bit on me there, Andrew.
I disagree with you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now.
Okay.
We're sitting here watching these guys. Right now, we got a new leader, though. Les Levy out front. Rich Sanchez to the outside. Hunter Reynolds still right there. Got Everett Lane, Lynn McNeese, Dave Hunt, Zach Fritsch, Zach Workman, Andrew Schroeder. He is on the outside. Got the 71 of Sean McCarr coming up with him. Trying to get Andrew. They need to close that gap there to get Andrew back up to that lead group up there. And then back here towards the back, that is the 56 of Mike Edgerton on that second lane with Jimmy Reynolds, Josh Ball, Gabe Butler. Now Nate Warren getting in line there. Now I got to give Mike Edgerton some props here, Andrew. He is running I think a Logitech. And he's blinking out. Ooh, that is not good.
The moment you had to say.
I know it. But he's running a
Announcer shirts.
broadcaster
curse.
Yeah, right. But he's running I think a G29, which I think is only like a 2 Newton meter steering wheel. But I've worked with him a little bit, got him some settings set up, which he says it feels better. But he really needs that seat time though to get used to, bump drafting and taking the bump draft and giving the bump draft.
Yeah.
But that's all
it's different with kind of different setups that you have.
Oh, absolutely.
Like controller, you don't really feel the bumps. You have to visually see the bumps and kind of predict which way your car is going to go. That's how I do it.
19 of Zach Workman is dropping down and falling back to 20th. He was running up there. We're kind of 3 wide up here. That is the 47 of Richard Kuhn, but he is falling back in to that second lane. Good battle here between Rick Sanchez and Les Levy. Let's get the battle for position up here, as they are side by side. And again, I kind of see what Hunter was talking about, kind of guys really weaving back and forth out there. Hunter does jump it to the outside. He's got the 5 of Sanchez. Going to give him a heck of a shove and push him back out. He can push him all the way out to the front and around the 62 of Les Levy. Now Les is going to push Hunter up, and that's going to back the 5 off, but of course kind of back and forth here now as well. Let's see, we've been out here for probably what, like 7 laps, so pit strategy now is going to become more of a thing as we get later in this run. Looks like Steven Luttrell was able to get either use his fast repair or get the damage fixed. Ooh, that could have got bad quick. A good move by Everett Lane just to move out to that 3rd line to keep from hooking the 5 of Sanchez as the 81 of Logston comes off the wall down towards the 85 of Kilday. Now Lynn McNeese scraping the wall. Coming through the tri-oval, and that caused a big checkup with that 2nd line, though. That's Les Levy, Hunter Reynolds, Dave Hutt, Zach Rich, David Overstreet, and Eric Laurie get a big gap. But here comes that run of the 5 and the 48, the 47 and the 81, looking to that 3rd line. But Andrew giving a good shove to the 5. Now the 5 right into the back of the 26.
That high lane.
Yeah, they were getting a good run, but they kind of lost momentum. But they are back on the run again, coming out to that outside on that 3rd line.
Need that one more car to come up to help them.
Yeah, I would. Man, the 2 that I would think that would do that, actually, well, 3. You got Gabe Butler right there, too. I can see him going out there with them, but we'll see what happens here as we come down. Oh, the 12 of Fritsch down to the apron. Did he get pushed down there, or did he just drop down?
Nah, it looks like he just dropped down.
Okay. Must not have liked what he's seen, decided to fall back. Now, he could be falling back to help a teammate, but I could be wrong. Let's see, Fritsch is part of that Fuel Sim Racing. Looking to see who is all on that team, if anybody is around him. But I don't see any other teammates. Now Andrew Schroeder, he is out front, but here comes that 47 and the 81 of the Nerditudes team of Richard Kuhn and Dustin Logston. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right.
I think you are.
We're 3 wide, 3 rows deep here, coming around the start-finish line into turn 1 and 2. That is the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. He is joining the Nerditudes guys out on that 3rd line, but Andrew Schroeder in the middle got the 85 of Adam Kilday tied up. Of course, two of the guys that are probably some of the best pushers, the 85 and the 26, working with those 2 guys of the 48 and the 5, really getting them pushed out there. That's playing havoc on that 3rd. Oh, Schroeder getting turned up and over.
There we go.
And he is barrel rolling. He rolled once, but that's going to bring out another caution here. Not exactly sure. I was bragging on how these guys were able to push. Let's take a look here. Let me get on a Schroeder. Where is he at? There he is. We'll get on a... We are on Schroeder now. Looks like Kuhn...
Schroeder has that much damage.
I think they would have made contact. I think Netcode initiated, but I think they would have initially made contact. Richard Kuhn was kind of coming down. Schroeder was I don't want to say coming up, but he was holding his line, maybe drifted up a little bit, and just got him hooked right there. And Schroeder does go up and over. He's going to have some right side damage for sure. Well, that's pretty much going to reset the lap count here for the pit intervals, because I'm sure everybody's going to come down. They were out here 12 laps, so they were probably getting due to come down for some green flag pit stops anyway. So we'll see what happens. Lap 60 in the books. We're going to go ahead and step aside, but we will be right back.
Sizzling summer savings are yours for the taking at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Save now before the price adjustments kick in. Get up to $9,000 off MSRP on select new Silverado models, or incredible 0% financing on select new Chevrolet vehicles. And the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months, no charge scheduled maintenance. Get the best deals at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Your Silverado headquarters. Online at Chevyland.com.
Well, folks, we are back. Lap 61 in the books. And why is my ticker not working? There we go. Well, let's see. We have time to pick on anybody or not.
That's time to pick on somebody.
Well,
yeah, looks like they're getting the one to go, so got some time.
yeah, we'll go ahead and pick on. We'll pick on our main race admin here, Mr. Jimmy Reynolds, buddy. How are you doing tonight?
Partly cloudy.
Well, it's getting a little exciting out there. Guys are making their moves, trying to, get their spot in that round of 8, or trying to keep people from doing it, whatever you want to say. But what's your take so far on tonight, bud?
It's definitely racy tonight, and there ain't no doubt. Track's cooler. People are frisky, and they're trying to get their points. And yep, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good shootout, I believe.
I think you're right. Well, we had to pick on somebody. I thought, we'll pick on Jimmy.
Heck yeah.
So,
I like it.
Well, buddy, it's gearing up to be a good finale for the season. We're going to have our top 8 decided tonight. What's your anticipation for the rest of the race?
I think there's just going to be a lot of hard racing, and people aren't going to give an inch, and some people got to win to get in. Some people, I think there's like 3 or 4 people on the bubble of getting in, so they're going to be racing hard. So, yeah, it should be a good one.
All right. Well, good luck, Jimmy. Man, just have fun the rest of the race, buddy.
Absolutely. Thank you.
But Jimmy's probably down there going, oh, man, he pulled me up for the interview. And, well, that just probably got Tim with the broadcaster's curse.
Probably.
Well, Andrew, what do you have going on in the world of Zonto?
Not much. Just, living day by day. Birthday's coming up in 18 days. NFL's back, so that's, you know, all my worrying for preparing to try to go back-to-back.
Well, here we go into that Geico restart zone. Chevyland green flag back out on the ladder pedal once again. Hunter Reynolds is your leader. Let's leave it to his outside. Rick Sanchez still up there in the mix, as well as Adam Kilday, Dave Hunt running at your top 5. Of course, we do know that you are a huge Eagles fan. What are you expecting to see from the Eagles this year, bud?
Ooh. I'm expecting, you know, tough matchup. We have one of the toughest schedules of the season. I do believe we will go back to the playoffs. My main thing is I just want to win the NFC East. That's goal number 1. And the different winners every year streak has been going on for over 15 years. And almost 20, no, actually 20 years now. This is the 20th season. So hopefully we win it, we stop the streak, we come into a land of dominance. Everyone's saying that we're building a perfect dynasty almost. The way how we're recruiting people, the way how we're drafting teams, the way how we're having deep depth in our positioning. So lots of big things coming up for this football season and for future seasons. I mean, we got Saquon Barkley for another 3 more years. We got A.J. Brown for 3 more years. Devontae Smith signed a deal last year, I believe, for another 3 more years with Devontae Smith. Jalen Carter's contract is going to be a big issue coming up next season. I really do hope we sign him. And then the next main thing is 3 more years from now when it's both Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. Who do we keep? Do we keep both our duo top defensive backs? Or do we let one go? Or let both of them go? I don't know. But all I'm hoping is for great things in the future for my team. I hope we have years and years and years of more dominance. I wasn't much of an Eagles fan back in the 90s, or way before that, because I wasn't even born. But I knew the Eagles, like, after the 60s kind of fell off. We were a laughing stock of the NFL. A couple of years we went to the playoffs, won one Super Bowl in the 80s, and fell into irrelevance until the 2000s hit with Andy Reid and Donovan McNabb. So I'm just happy for what's coming. And I'm here. I'm all here for it.
Well, we're a house divided here at the Lane household. My wife is a Cowboys fan. Yeah, I know. Well, I say that she was when you know, back in the day when you had Emmitt Smith and all them guys, but now she I don't think she really cares. But me, I'm a diehard Panthers fan. Always will be. I don't care who they got. I'll always root for the Panthers. So, anyway, we got some racing to call here as Hunter Reynolds and Rick Sanchez are battling it out up front. And of course, everybody else kind of single file back here from, about Josh Ball. Stephen Luttrell, he's made it back up to 16th. Lynn McNeese is back here. Adam Schramm, Jeff Crosby Jr., Richard Kuhn, Mark Mann, he's back here in 21st. Vicente Guerrero, Jeff Crosby Sr., Mike Edgerton, and Dustin Logston. Everett Lane's back here. He is 2 laps down, though, being the only car that is a lap down that's still out there running. Of course, we've lost Peter DeBorja, Doug Johnson, and Brian Wang did not start. So, but again, we are at lap 68 in the books. Got about 33 laps to go here before we finish out this race, Andrew, and I kind of have to agree with Jimmy. I think it's going to get a little dicey here pretty soon.
Dicey. I would say it's tough to say because you got some teammates spread out. Some are in the front, some in the back, some are damaged, some already used to fast because some haven't. It's going to be weird of how people's strategies are going to be coming together. I mean, we got about stuff left. What time did they go back to green?
Well, they've been out here for 8 laps, so of course.
Another 6 more laps, give or take.
Yeah, give or take. It depends on when they take their lap. They've been doing about 12 laps of pitting, so we'll see what happens.
It'll be lap 75 before like the pit window really opens.
Yeah, Everett Lane is actually going down another lap, so he will be 3 laps down. Actually, I got him at 2 laps down.
2 more pit stops. If you can stretch it out, this could be your last stop, but it's going to be close. You gotta at least get it to about 5 laps.
So,
Could be wrong.
I'm guessing they're going to try to. Ooh, Les Levy getting down on the apron, almost out of shape there. But I would say that you try to take this stretch as long as you can. But you got to have people to go with you. If not, you're going to be in trouble. Adam Kilday is now getting a push out there by the 88 of Gabe Butler. Hey, Gabe looking to the outside though. He moved to that.
They're going to split Kilday.
Yeah, that's just going to kill Kilday's momentum there. But he does have Sean McCara and it looks like the 48 of Schroeder joining him. But that's going to hurt the momentum of the 2nd and 3rd lane. Now the 62 going.
Kilday's coming back on Les Levy.
Yeah, he 62 jumped to the 2nd lane, and Adam says, "No, I'm just going to go around you. I'm not going to help you." But that 70, yeah. But here that comes that 2nd line getting a good run right now as they come around turns. I believe this is 3 and 4. We get ready to come back across that tri-oval to the start-finish line. Now we're back to double file here. Les dropping it back down to that low lane. Sean McCara, Adam Kilday on that 2nd line. Sean going to get a bonus point for leaving a lap. I don't remember if Sean. Let's see, Sean McCara is not even in the top 16. So this may be one of the non-playoff drivers we were talking about, you know, trying to get still a victory here and taking some points away from somebody in the playoffs, which I don't want to really put it that way. They're out here racing for a win. But that does hurt the playoff drivers when a non-playoff driver does get a victory. Now, Adam Kilday dropping it down to the inside of McCara. That's going to allow Gabe Butler, though, get on his bumper, and you're going to see this run that 2nd lane gets here. Let me get on Sean here as we can see. Oh, Sean blinking out. But you see that run that 2nd line is getting Andrew with Jimmy Reynolds in tow as well.
You can get a run with 2 drivers on the outside lane, but it takes that third driver to kind of push that lead driver on the outside lane over the edge to overtake the lead car on the bottom.
You have to be connected. What I mean by that is like what you see with the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. We're going to look at a real view here. You can see that he was right on the bumper of the 62. Now you see Sean coming into the picture there, getting a little bit of that side draft. Now that does 2 things there, folks. That allows that outside line to get a run, but also pulls the air off off that inside line. It kind of slows them down. Now Gabe was able to push Sean up there, and you see how quickly Les was able to get up on the bumper of that 71 of Makara. Now that just kind of left Gabe out there, but Gabe still has help and can still get a run with that outside line. And here they come. Again, you kind of see that courting effect that we were talking about. Now, Jimmy may have been slowing up maybe to get a little bit of that draft bubble. I don't think you have it as bad as we got guys coming down pit road. Josh Ball coming down, the 81 of Dustin Logston coming down, 36 of Stephen Luttrell, Adam Schramm, Vicente Guerrero, and Mike Edgerton all coming down pit road. Now Dustin's going to be a lap down here coming into pit road, but that's going to put Gabe Butler out front with Eric Laurie, Sean Makara, Les Levy, Zach Workman, Jimmy Reynolds, Hunter Reynolds, Adam Kilday, Rick Sanchez, Dave Hunt running at your top 10. With 25 to go, which puts them at 15 laps out here, Andrew. So, yeah, they're really pushing the limits right now as far as fuel, because here comes that other group, big group coming down, I should say, as Gabe Butler's leading that. Ooh, Sean McCarr, a big checkup back here on the entrance of pit road. Don't see any issues, though. Looked like everybody was able to get it shut down. As they get to their pit box, going to take a splash of fuel. I doubt. Oh, no. Gabe's taking left side tires.
Well, you could take left side tires on the short pit stop. It may add like another 1 little second or a half a second pit stop. It helps better for traction while exiting pit road, because you do have to make that left-hand turn while getting up to speed, shifting through the gears. The car does sometimes want to break loose, or the car gets very tight, so fresher tires kind of evens the playing field.
Yeah, I see some questions out there. Was there contact? I didn't see any contact. I just know it was close. As Jeff Crosby Jr., Mark Mann, Jeff Crosby Sr., Richard Kuhn, and Lynn McNeese come down pit road this time. Lynn McNeese, Mark Mann, Mike Edgerton come back down pit road as well. So that's going to put Jeff Crosby Jr. out there. He is right on the bumper of a lap traffic of the 56 of Mike Edgerton, trying to get him to take off, because these guys got to make up some time, but didn't really help us. Gabe Butler and this crew of him, Rick Sanchez, Zach Workman, Sean McCara, Eric Laurie, Les Levy, Adam Kilday, Zach Fritsch, Dave Hunt, Josh Ball, Dustin Logston come around them fairly easily. Sanchez going to the outside, but no help with him. Now here comes the 85 and the 12. They're going to make contact and probably end up pushing the 5 back up there towards the front. We're going to get a run coming through the tri-oval. 22 to go, folks. Eric. Okay, Eric. Eric W. out there in chat. Oh, you mean the race? Was it consensual? Oh, man. Of course, that does push Sean McCara back out to the front with the 5 of Sanchez. Ooh, big check up there. Don't know what... Oh, yeah, I know, Eric. Stephen Luttrell, though, he is back up to 15th spot. He does have some help. He does have Vicente Guerrero right there with him. And looks like Adam Schramm. 3 teammates all right here. Adam Schramm, Stephen Luttrell, and Vicente Guerrero, as Stephen looks to go to the outside of Adam. And of course, Josh Ball is right there as well. He's going to get down on the inside. Steven's going to make a run to that outside line. Well, we'll see what happens, Eric. Like I said, nothing is really set in stone just yet. But it's something that I am considering. Again, we'll have to wait and see what happens. iRacing 2025 is due to be released in October. What? Yeah.
For iRacing 2025 to come out for PlayStation and Xbox. I think it's going to be a good game. I just hope that, you know, everything's there. But it's all going to come down to the finished product, the little to no bugs, adding more customization in the game, adding more of a story, and yeah.
So they're looking at expanding from not just PC but to console.
Yeah.
I'd like to see how that works out as well, but now is that going to allow that? Does anybody you know, Andrew or Eric, is that going to be able to cross-platform with the PC, or is that just going to be like?
I don't know. A lot more games have been cross-platform, but mainly it's been shooter games. I know, like with Madden's not cross-platform, and MLB Baseball is only on PlayStation.
Well, I know they cross-platformed with the NBA 2K. It's cross-platform now. Oh, okay, so they're coming out with a console of NASCAR 2025 developed by iRacing. I got you. But I was kind of looking at the new MLB The Show because I'd like to see it be more interactive to where it's like what you're seeing with baseball now, having the replay and the pitch challenge and all of that. And I don't think they've quite got that there yet.
But I do like baseball. You know, it's a good pastime. It's a soft, like, you know, all video games.
Well, hey, iRacing's a brain rot too, so.
Yeah, it's more of an exciting brain rot.
Yeah.
Call of Duty is more just dead brain rot.
I think the last Call of Duty I played was World at War, the old World War II one. So that tells you how old I am.
Ancient.
Shut up.
I played the recent Call of Duty, and I had my fun on it, but the file size is too big now. I can't download and play any of the other Call of Duty games unless if I go back to my PlayStation and rebuy the game and download it there.
Yep.
And so it's just not worth it. I would only come back if they have a game that's very much worth it. Zombies is good. Like, just remake what works. You have a whole new generation of people coming in, and just remake World at War. Remake it. It's there for you. Remake the original Modern Warfare games. Remake it. Open up if you want to have a live server or service, which they are doing with Warzone, and an Activision account. And then just recreate those three. Let people play on all the maps.
Uh-oh, well, real quick,
Everyone,
hang on. We got guys coming down for a green flag pit stop. Well, 14 to go. Josh Ball, Vicente Guerrero, Adam Schramm, Mark Mann, and Steven Luttrell. Now, this could be the right move.
Yep.
Got that.
If we get a caution.
Yeah, got that short run in. Yeah, of course, it depends on if we get a caution or not. But come in, top off, and take back off and wait for that. Oh, I seen something down here. The 14 of Vicente Guerrero got loose coming off a pit road, was able to maintain. He's got the 36 of Steven Luttrell right there with him, so didn't hurt him too bad.
And we got the second group of guys coming down pit road.
Yep, that's Gabe.
Ooh, Gabe Butler. If he did not speed, he is a lucky man.
I'm not seeing any flags, so.
He is very lucky. He was coming in.
But Gabe Butler, Jeff Crosby Jr., Zach Rich, Eric Laurie, Les Levy, Zach Workman, Hunter Reynolds, Nathan Warren, and Dave Hunt come down pit road, and my eye just started burning like crazy.
Too much staring at the computer, man.
I guess.
That blue light, you gotta get those special sunglasses.
Nah.
Yeah. But just to quickly finish off, it's just Call of Duty, you know, they have a formula that's right there as the leaders are pitting one more time. You had the 17.
Oh, we got contact. That's sent the 71 of Sean McCarr around. I think he already was getting loose prior to the contact. Luckily, he was able to keep it off of the wall.
And now we have these guys leaving pit road. Killed it, the first one off, Sanchez. The leaders are coming at the trial now. They're all trying to get a bunch of stuff together.
Yeah, and that's going to be Zach Workman going to come around. Gabe Butler and Hunter Reynolds right now, these three trucks. As they come around, the group that just come off of pit road. Now they have been out here, looks like 11 laps. With 12 laps to go, so they're definitely going to have to pit. Sorry, folks, I'm trying to keep my eye from stinging in water and so I can see what's going on.
But hey, if Call of Duty honestly gets everything, their shit together, it gives them what the people want, they're gonna make so much money. It's all right there in them. Yeah, you're gonna be called for rehashing a game, but it's a game that everybody wants. No more hackers, no more this, no more that. Nothing to ruin the experience. You're copying and pasting it.
Yep.
And you just redesign over it, make it look a little bit better. Add in I forgot what's it called. It's something movement, optic movement, and which I think it's a really great thing that they've added in Call of Duty in the last Call of Duty game, because it feels more like you're an action hero, like you're actually making moves, like somebody might actually do it in real life.
We got some action going on.
Shooting up high.
Yeah, we got some action though with the Zach Workman and Gabe Butler going door to door. Now Gabe Butler in the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Mark Mann though making a run on that third line with Adam Kilday and Rick Sanchez. The 16 of Nate Warren, he jumps up to the second line behind Hunter Reynolds. Going to try to slow that outside line down, but they're still going to have a pretty decent run. They're coming out of turns 3 and 4 down to the tri-oval. We will be 9 to go at the line, folks. We get ready. 3 wide for the right now, about 4 rows deep. Everett Lane, of course, he is, looks like Everett's 3 laps down now.
Let me try to see if I can pull the points back up. So, as people can remember with the points, Reynolds is up by 17 Crosby up by 17, Kilday up by 17, Fritsch up by 6, Butler up by 2, Ball tied with DeBorja, but DeBorja had technical issues and he is out of the race. Warren down by 16, Mann down by 26, Guerrero down by 30, Reynolds down by 34, Luttrell down by 41, Sanchez down by 57, and Wing down by 71, and Wing's out of the race as well. So for these people up here, like with Mark Mann, Sanchez, like they need a win.
Yep. And
Gabe Butler, if he finishes where he's at, he's clean, he's in. If Workman wins, then there's not much change. Like
Workman's already in.
Oh,
Workman's already
Mark got
in.
shuffled.
Yeah, he did, but he got a shove there by the 26. Now Workman up in front of the
block.
with the little bit of a block there to slow Mark Mann down. But Mark Mann is in a must-win situation right here.
With 7 laps to go.
But Zach Workman, he is
But
already.
here comes,
Yeah, go ahead.
I said, here comes Nate Warren to the outside, helping Gabe Butler, the second car on the outside lane. He needs to win to get in. Luttrell's at the back end of the high end. He just moved down to the middle, and he is in a must-win as well. Got everybody here who's in a must-win.
Yeah, Luttrell's back here in 13th right now.
But Ball is in here right now, and Ball needs to be careful because in this pack there is over 16 cars in this pack. If he gets into some trouble, yeah, he won the stage, so maybe add an extra maybe 4 or 5 more points to him over Warren after the 2 stages. Like he wrecks, he doesn't have a fast repair, he's done. If Warren finishes in the top 5, Ball can be done. Ball's got to play defensive here, in my opinion.
You got Gabe Butler making a move to the outside with Nate Warren. And now the 19 of Workman jumping up into that second line. That's going to put Jeff Crosby Sr. down, or Jr. down there on the bottom line. Workman's kind of making that truck, 3 lanes wide. Josh Ball coming.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
He's just trying to block off all the different lanes, trying to block off the momentum, which lanes getting the most power, which lanes are not. It's more depending on like turns and where the leading car in different lanes are. So he's reading his mirror extremely well, and that's pretty tough to do.
Yeah, and that third line's getting a good run down the back straightaways. They come into turn 3 and 4. Mark Mann is just kind of in a spot where he has nowhere to go. He can't make a move either way. As we come through the tri-oval, we'll be 4 to go at the line here, folks. We are rounding it down. Gabe Butler with the run there on the outside, going to leak that lap with Nate Warren, Adam Kilday, and they're wrecking behind them.
Here we go. Mark Mann survives.
Mark Mann
survives.
Yep.
Kilday, Ball, Butler, Workman, and Crosby.
We'll take a look at this here real quick, folks. We kind of seen this happening as it took us to Mark Mann, but we're going to kind of go back here. I want to say we'll take a look. We'll be on board with Eric Laurie here. Oh, I hit the wrong button.
Peeked his nose up, and Overstreet came off the tri-oval, or the exit of the tri-oval, pretty tough, and just kind of collected with Everett.
Yeah, I seen that. David Overstreet looked like really up there up front. Nate Warren was already getting sideways. Oh, David Overstreet and Everett Lane made contact right there at the start-finish line, and that collects several guys. Looks like Rick Sanchez, Les Levy, Stephen Luttrell getting a piece of it. Of course, Everett Lane, Hunter Reynolds, David Overstreet getting the brunt of it, it looks like. Kind of looking to see if there's any after effect. Vicente Guerrero sideways down on the apron, gets it straightened up before he makes contact with anybody. Well, this is definitely going to...
Sanchez definitely took a hard hit.
Yes, he did. Of course, this is going to...
GWC time?
Be GWC attempt number 1, I think. As I seen it just go from 2 to go to 3, back to 3 to go. So, I'm not sure if this is going to be a regulation or actual. I believe it's going to be an actual attempt because we were so close to that. Dustin Logston looks like he did get the lucky dog, so he will be getting back on the lead lap. Zach Workman going to be your leader. Jeff Crosby Jr. in second. Gabe Butler third. Nate Warren in a fourth. Well, actually, Nate Warren, Gabe Butler switch positions, and then Mark Mann be rounding out your top 5. All right, so Eric says NASCAR rules. Is this should be an unofficial, so this should be regulation GWC, I think. I am not sure, so we'll find out though. Well, like I said, when they came across the start-to-finish line right there, I seen it jump to 2 to go and then back to 3 to go. So, it's definitely going to be a GWC, whether it's an official attempt or if it's a regulation GWC. But you're right. Either way, it is a GWC, so.
Oh. Big thing is, we get a caution. We get 2 GWCs, if I'm correct, in this league.
Yes.
And do people have enough fuel?
That is the question.
So now this just turned into a fuel mileage race.
Yeah, because according to what I'm seeing, they've been out here for 12 laps. So we know that some of them stayed out for almost 16 laps. So we'll see what happens. They may have enough for this GWC, and if another caution comes out, we're definitely going to see guys coming down pit road.
Oh, yeah. But I think if people were already in the back, get fuel. And if anybody is wondering about the score of the college football game, TCU is winning 34-7.
Ooh.
So, yeah, Bill Belichick, it's not your season, man. This isn't the Patriots.
Kenny Reel's out there say he better go 3 wide ASAP. Talking about Stephen Luttrell, I'm pretty sure.
They got to. I think right now the driver that's in the best position. I want to say Mark Mann because he's been strong all race long, even though he was involved in that first caution. But Nate Warren's, in my opinion, he's in the lane. He's in the preferred lane. Do you want to be right on the outside, or it'd be the second car back in either row? Because if shit hits the fan, duck to the inside, duck to the outside, or push the guy in front of you and try to make a move. Out of 4.
Yeah, what he meant to say is stuff hits the fan.
My mistake.
PG, buddy, PG.
Yeah. This is actually going to be an official GWC.
It will be an official, so this will be a GWC attempt?
Yeah, they're coming to lap 101.
Yep, so GWC attempt number 1. Here we go. Chevy Lane green flag out. GWC attempt number 1 on the loud pedal. Zach Workman with a good jump there on that restart.
That did not go.
No, it did not, but, you know, it won't take them long, though. We already seeing.
Gate gets clear. He might go to the outside.
Already seeing a 3-wide situation back here with.
There he goes.
I believe that was Lynn McNeese, David Overstreet, Stephen Luttrell right there with his teammate of Adam Strom. Going to see if they can get something going, but Gabe Butler out front, though, got the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr., Nate Warren, Josh Ball, Eric Laurie. Here comes Stephen Luttrell up the middle.
Here we go. It's going to be white flag.
White flag is out, folks. Here we go. Final lap.
Oh,
Mark Mann with the... Well, I don't know how Workman did that. Mark Mann pushing the living fire, trying to get out front again. This is a must-win for Mark Mann.
He gets clear. He might shoot out to the outside. He's almost clear. Oh, I think he's clear.
I don't think he is.
Yeah.
It's going to be tight.
Nope, he's
Nope,
not clear.
he is not clear now, as that outside line was able to get the run.
He's got to push hard. Oh, he's
He
clear.
got it. He's clear.
He's the outside lane.
Is he going to get it? Here they come. Is
I
Mark
think
Mann
he's
going to
gonna
do the
it.
impossible?
Oh, side by side, coming to the line.
Yes,
He
Mark
did.
Mann
He did.
with the win. Zach Workman second, Gabe Butler third. What a win for Mark Mann.
Cinderella story.
We were
Cinderella. The shoe has fit.
unbelievable finish by Mark Mann to get the victory tonight. Definitely had some help. But Mark Mann, your winner. Zach Workman second. Gabe Butler finishing third. And what a finish that was. Well, we're going to step aside while these guys get their cool down lap. We'll get caught up with our top 3 for our MaxspeedTV TV post-race interview here in just a minute, folks. Hang tight. We will be right back. All right, folks, we are back. We have caught up with our top 3. We're going to start with our third place finisher here tonight. The 88 of Mr. Gabe Butler. Gabe, what a finish you guys just had. Man, it was so close right there at the end. But you know, not a bad finish for you, buddy. You were still able to get in to the round of 8. Let's talk about the race tonight, though. Kind of had its ups and downs for you guys out there tonight.
Oh yeah, the rough team night there. I mean, Jimmy kind of had to win, and he got killed, and Eric and Everett were doing their best to help us, but Everett got in a few incidents, and Eric was able to stick it out, and then Hunter was up there battling all night, and he got caught in one, so that put him back in the field there at the end. But yeah, it was kind of a rough night for our team, but I'll take a P3, man. It was tough going. There was some fun racing, I will say that, for the stages, and then there at the end, it was a really good finish at the end, and great job by Mark. He timed that perfectly.
Yeah, he did. We were kind of talking about that. Andrew over there, I think, lost his voice. He was screaming more than me this time. But overall, though, Gabe, I mean, really decent race. We only had a handful of cautions. The trucks seemed to be handling well out there with the air and track temperature. Let's talk a little bit about that. That, you know, of course, Daytona don't really eat up the tires. But I did notice on one pit stop, I think you took left side tires. Was that just to help you get more traction? I think Andrew was saying that the left side gave you a little bit more grip in the corners.
Well, it does in the corners, but it's not. I don't take them really for the track at Daytona because the track was cool. But I just take them to try and get out of the pits. The first few pit stalls here at Daytona are super slick. So I find that if I take lefts, I get a better kick out of the pits. But yeah, you're right. It was a good race, and it was probably fun to watch there for the stages and at the end. And so hopefully I made it. I think I did enough. I got some stage points and I got P3. So I was kind of right on the bubble there. So we'll see the way it shakes out.
Well, buddy, awesome job. Andrew, you got anything for Gabe?
Nah, just congratulations on your third place, and get ready for the round of 8.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, Gabe, I'm going to go and turn the mic over to you, brother. Any final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate?
Yep, big shout-out to teammates again for doing their best there. We did what we could tonight. And, of course, the OP and all the admins. It's a lot of work behind the scenes and a lot of grief you got to put up with. So, I mean, fair play to those guys, and everybody really appreciates them. They should be told that more often. Of course, you guys up in the booth for doing your broadcast. Steve and Andrew, appreciate you guys, too.
No problem, man. Go celebrate, brother. We're going to get you back down to your team. I know you guys will go to the post-race campfire here in a minute. But go celebrate, buddy. We will catch up with you soon.
Guys, take care. Thanks.
All right. Well, Andrew, that's going to bring us to our second-place finisher tonight. Let me get on his car here real quick. Of course, he was already locked in to the round of 8 or the Elite 8. But Zach Workman, man, up 11 spots into P2. And you guys put on one heck of a finish there, bud.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, just racing with Mark and Gabe and all these guys are always fun. Yeah, it was I don't know how the points are going to shake out, but it's not the most ideal situation for FSR. We got Jeff pretty much on points, but Nate needed a win, and Fritz didn't need a new winner. So we're going to see points, but it looks like probably those two guys are out, which sucks. But no, it was fun overall night. Earlier we were mixing it up with Gabe and Hunter, and those guys always race me hard and clean, but it's awesome racing with them because we go a little harder, you know, when we see 26 and 88, because they're some of the toughest competitors on Mondays and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll take home P2. Mark just had a hell of a run. It's coming outside, and there's no chance I was blocking him, because if I didn't, if I did, there's going to be a huge wreck, and I hate huge wrecks, so let's take the P2.
Well, I mean, we were talking to Gabe about the track conditions tonight, man. The track seemed to be, with the temperatures and the air temperature, the trucks didn't seem to really be heating up all that quick or all that much. But the lower track temperatures seemed to give you guys some pretty good grip out there tonight.
Yeah, it was pretty solid grip. It was just, we can kind of rim ride and get really close to to each other. Yeah, it was probably a little bit more aggressive than what we usually do, just because the track conditions and also what's on stake with cutting it down from 16 to 8. You know, it's not 16 to 12 how NASCAR does it. It's half the playoff field is instantly eliminated. So a lot of guys, you know, trying to give everything they can. I know Richard Sanchez was up there early on. He was someone to worry about because I'm like, we don't need a new winner, and he would have been a new winner and that. So, but yeah, no, guys giving it their all and racing clean to the end is what I like to see, and especially with what it means, especially with Mark, you know, coming out of nowhere. I didn't see him the whole race, so I was like, "Who the hell is though? Is he asleep?" Like, but got on that top line and he started rolling, and yeah.
Well, we're kind of wanting to talk a little bit about that real quick before I turn it over to Andrew. But you know, you guys are coming out of turn number 4, and Mark was literally pushing you out to the front, and then you know, Adam and them, you know, all them guys was right behind Mark, pushing. All three of y'all were kind of hooked together. And then we were talking about it. Mark at first didn't have enough room to clear Gabe on that outside. But then right out of turn 4, he did, and he just got up there, and that left that big hole between you and the truck behind Mark, and, you know, that does take away from your momentum.
Yeah, it's a lot of the lead truck, like, a lot of times I've seen number of times that when they're the lead truck and, you know, the second truck is about to clear, the leader burps the throttle, and that, you know, creates sticks Mark on the bottom so he couldn't clear and stuff like that, and gets him all choked up on the bottom. But I don't personally race like that. I mean, I go full 100% and I push whoever's in front of me and stuff like that, unless you piss me off, then I don't. But no, when you're kind of the leader and controlling it, like, I could have definitely probably just half throttled and kept Mark on the bottom and did a side by side with Gabe, but it just personally, it's just, I don't do that. And I like Mark. I love racing with Mark, so he's not on the list. So definitely definitely fun to race side by side. I thought I was gonna get him at the end. You know, Adam gave me a huge bump, and I was like, ooh, and I was trying to side draft him and slow him down, but no, it just looks cool on TV.
Well, awesome job, Zach. Of course, you were already locked into the Elite 8. Andrew, Mike is yours, buddy. Anything for Zach?
Did you think that Mark was going to make the move on the backstretch? Because rewatching it, he was clear, barely clear, and I thought he was going to make the move on the backstretch, but he got lucky and timed it out perfectly in 4. But did you think he was going to make a move on the backstretch?
I kind of thought, but I just didn't know how clear he was because I didn't have that perspective. But yeah, he timed it perfect. Mark's a veteran. He knows how to win these. He's won fucking 70 of them or something like that. I don't know. But
he's a two-time Hall of Famer.
Yeah, see, he's won a lot, so he knows what to do and when to time it and everything like that. And when you're on the bottom in 3, it's kind of surges ahead, so probably that little surge got him to the top side. And yeah, he got that big boost from Gabe and stuff like that. So yeah, I thought on the backstretch he might, but turns out he waited till the perfect time.
Well, awesome job, Zach. Congratulations on your P2, buddy, up 11 spots. And we'll turn the mic over to you. Any final thoughts, shout-outs, things you want to give before you go celebrate, bud?
Yeah, I got to thank the FSR boys. You know, we're always helping each other, and it's going to be weird just not having all of them, like, in the, you know, all together working. It's just going to be kind of me and Jeff probably carrying the flag for FSR, which I hated for Fritz because he ran a really solid round, and Nate was up there fighting at the end too, so he had a chance. I mean, the top 5's nice, but just wish it would have been P1 for him. But yeah, I got to thank those guys. You know, they keep me up during the race, and they're real fun to hang out with. And Sean does terrible stories, so I guess we just have to endure that all the time. But no, he's a great guy, and all those guys are great. I'm glad to call them my friends. And I can't wait to hang out with them in Kansas in about a couple weeks. But got to also thank my parents, always watching me go around in circles on TV. They could be doing literally anything else, but I guess they decide, they're like, this is not bad. You guys in the booth, Steve, you watch us every week going around in circles. Andrew, you sometimes goes around in circles, but you're watching tonight. And also got to thank my girlfriend for keeping the child occupied, because if she wasn't, she'd be up my butt, and that would not be fun. Trying to race and just having a screaming 2-year-old just trying to climb on you. So that's not good. But also got to thank the OP admins. It's a thankless job. Jimmy, Anthony, Sean, other people. I can't remember. Alex, all those people. They don't give enough credit for what they do. I know I'm kind of going on long here, but I think they deserve a lot than what usually they are given. But yeah, now I'm gonna go pull away. I'm gonna let kind of Mark celebrate his win, and yeah, we'll go to lead 8 and see if we can make another round of 4 appearance.
All right, sounds good, Zach. Congratulations, buddy. Go celebrate, and I'll let you know. But I might meet up with you guys as well in Kansas. I think I'm going to try to go up there and watch that race as well.
Dude, come along. There's like 15 of us, so we're all hanging out. We're going to have a lot of time. There's going to be some waters consumed, so bring your own water,
right.
and yeah, we'll have a good hydration session.
There we go. All right, buddy. Congratulations, man. We'll catch up with you soon.
Thanks, bud. I'll see you guys.
See ya. Well, you guys know what that means. It is time to catch up with the man,
Cinderella.
the myth, the legend, that 04, Mr. Mark, man. Cinderella's story needed the win to advance, and man, you pulled it out.
It was kind of improbable, but I definitely got a little bit of a lucky rabbit's foot on that one. Coming to the end there, my teammate Adam Kilday was behind me and gave me a really good push that just got me clear. I mean, you could have put a piece of paper between Gabe and I, and Gabe gave me a great push there at the end, and then Zach and I drag raced to the finish, and I was lucky to get it. That's pretty much. I mean, I used a quick repair in stage 1. Well, I tried to fix damage, about 7 minutes of damage, but that wasn't working out, and I kept falling off, and we had a green flag pit stop there when I was way off of the pack, and Vince and all those guys were in that pack as well, and I said, yeah, I better take a quick repair, and I did, and Vince and everybody, I think, did as well, and we just maintained and stayed on the lead lap. And late there, I saw Crosby Jr. I pit with him because we pit later than everybody else, and I thought if we had any chance at all, I was going to go in when I saw that first group go, and I went with them. There were about 4 or 5 cars, and we were kind of hammering around everybody until we caught that lead pack, and then it was just hammer down from there and see where the chips fell, and just happened to go my way. I just got lucky.
Well, you got the pole points, but man, I don't think you did much on the stages, so
nothing.
That was not going to be enough to get you into the round of 8, but the victory dang sure did. Now, we were talking about the track conditions tonight and the way these trucks was running. Get your opinion on this as well. Lower track temperature, lower air temperature. You guys seemed like you was getting some good grip. Didn't look like the tires was really wearing down on you guys as much. Let's talk a little bit about the overall race, man. How did it feel out there?
It felt perfectly smooth. The pushing didn't feel wonky. I mean, you'd get behind a truck here and there that had like a little bit of a glitch, so it was harder to push on them full throat. But the trucks were getting hot, even with a cool track temp, as they usually do. But and it promoted having all that grip. It promoted a lot of 3 wide, and I guess you could say pretty exciting races. A little bit white knuckle there if you're trying to survive, but it was quite exciting. And so I felt like there was no problems there with the grip. It's not like 08, which I actually like 08. I like
what's wrong with you?
I like more of a loose feeling track. But no, it felt pretty good tonight.
Well, Mark, awesome job, buddy. Andrew, what do you got for Mark, man?
Just congratulations, Mark. My big question was on the backstretch. were you thinking at all to make a move on the backstretch? Because from my angle, it looked like that you just had enough room to make the move to the outside.
You know, I was watching that, man. I'm glad you brought that up because I felt I don't think I was clear. I mean, I was watching, Spotter didn't say clear. His bumper was still way in my mirror, and I did not think I was clear. I think if I would have made that move right there, that would have just caused calamity, and I would have rather just finished where I was and not ruin everybody else's race trying to make a move. But coming out of turn 4, I definitely saw a little sliver. I did. There was a little sliver, and that was it. But down the back straight, no, I didn't feel like I was clear. What's up, Sanzy? You do a good job in the booth, man.
Hey, I learned from Steve.
Heck yeah.
I don't know if
you know what?
You don't
Anime night with the boys.
Heck yeah.
I think you deserve it.
Well, hey. Well, I appreciate it, guys. I know the Lucky Rabbit's foot isn't going to stay there, so I'm going to have to get with the big boys and try to get some stage points. And every time I do that, I always end up either wrecking people or getting wrecked myself. And I would rather not wreck anybody because that makes me feel like crawling under a rock. I feel like I take it harder than anybody else, but I could be wrong. I don't know, but I hate it. But I'm going to have to get up there and try.
Well, Mark, you know, we got the Elite 8. You're in now, and, you know, you've got 2 races here to, you know, get up there and get into the championship 4 for that last race. But, man, you know, you never disappoint, Mark, watching you race, buddy. It's always a pleasure. It's always fun to hear your antics and what you do out there. But, well, brother, right now, the spotlight's on you. The mic is yours. Final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give, bud.
Well, I want to give a shout-out to Alex Green. He wasn't able to make it tonight, so we were down 1 from Vendetta, and then Anthony English, who's our part-timer on Vendetta. And Richard and I, you know, we got into some calamity there early, and I was just fortunate to recover. I know Richard didn't, but he's a great teammate, and I hope he sticks with us here through the playoffs. And thanks to Adam for giving me a great push there to get clear. And then thanks, Gabe, for pushing me to the win. And thank you guys, you and Andrew, for broadcasting tonight up in the booth, and Mara watching, and everybody else watching, and all that, and to do everything behind the scenes.
Well, man, it's always a pleasure talking to you, Mark. You know, it's you know, we've kind of got that kindred spirit and that friendship that we've made.
Yeah, brother.
Over this this simulator. But always a pleasure, Mark, and I always look forward to calling the races and, you know, even getting out there on the track. I'm hoping to get some more track time here and pretty soon. There's some stuff that I've got to mull over and think about, but we're going to go ahead and let you go. Go celebrate, my friend.
Yeah, brother.
And we will catch up with you soon, buddy.
All right, man. See y'all later, boys.
Well, before we get to our unofficial results here, Andrew, I've got to give a shout-out to you for coming up and helping me out tonight. I know we talked about a little bit of everything tonight, from what's going on in our personal lives to football to racing to just everything, man. But thanks a bunch for coming in and helping me tonight, man. It's always a pleasure. A pleasure to have you up in the booth with me, and glad you can make it up here tonight, man.
Absolutely. I mean, I have fun all the time up here with you. I really do hope that, you know, you can get back to racing. Hopefully you can also at different times get into the booth as well. I'm more than happy to get in the booth with you at any time. Get in the booth with any other broadcaster as well and help out and try to, you know, lighten up some of the broadcasts, add some extra input and stuff like that. So, always a pleasure.
Well, like I said, we're going to see what happens. Again, I've got a lot to think about, a lot to mull over, guys, before I make my final decision. But, you know, we're going to wait and see what happens. We still got a lot of racing left in the seasons, not just with Monday night, but we still got Saturday night to finish up. I am going to be here for the Fall Brawl. So that is already locked in. I'm going to do that. And I still got to get with the other league owners and see what we're going to do. Of course, Thursday night still in full swing. So I'm going to finish out that season because I've already committed. I'm not just going to up and quit in the middle of a season. I would never do that to these guys. So, but Andrew, thanks a bunch, man. We're going to go ahead and get to our unofficial results here, pending any admin stuff, which they're down there in the post-race campfire right now. Mark Mann, your winner tonight. Zach Workman in a second. Gabe Butler third. Adam Kilday finishing fourth. Nate Warren in a fifth. Jeff Crosby Jr. in a sixth. Richard Kuhn is seventh. Josh Ball in eighth. Eric Laurie finishing ninth. And Hunter Reynolds rounding out your top 10. Zach Fritsch finishing in 11th. Les Levy in 12th. Sean McCara finishing 13th. Stephen Luttrell finishing 14th. Vicente Guerrero in 15th. David Overstreet in 16th. Dave Hunt in 17th. Rick Sanchez finishing in 18th. Dustin Logston in 19th. Jeff Crosby Sr. in 20th. Lynn McNeese 21st. Adam Schramm 22nd. Andrew Schroeder finishing 23rd. Jimmy Reynolds falling back to 24th. Everett Lane in 25th. Mike Edgerton 26th. Peter DeBorja with the overheating issues in 27th. Doug Johnson 28th. Brian Wang, who did not start the race, finishing in 29th. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight here on MaxspeedTV. TV. Hope everybody enjoyed the content, the race tonight. Thank you, everybody. Eric W., William Luttrell, Kenny Reel out there. I know I've seen several people out there. Going through my chat here real quick. Brendan Kennedy, I know, was out there. Braden Cowse out there. Netsby showing up. Appreciate everybody. Moose Pie was out there. Wasn't really engaged with chat a whole lot tonight, guys, but I do thank y'all very much. Belva Feltz out there in chat as well. Bubba Winningham out there in chat. I didn't see Bubba, but glad to see everybody. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in that wasn't out there in a chat. Peter DeBorja, appreciate him popping into the booth with me here with us here for a little bit. Still trying to go through all of the chat here, guys. Bear with me for just a minute. But I think that pretty much... Oh, Jeremy Medlock tuning in to chat. Again, folks, please keep your thoughts and prayers with the Medlock family as Mama Medlock is recuperating. For those that did not hear, she was involved in a hit-and-run accident. A semi-truck hit her and pushed her off the road. She's been in the hospital, but glad she is home. And she is doing okay. Banged up, bruised up, broken ribs, but she is still here. But still, keep her in your prayers, thoughts and prayers for a speedy recovery. That's going to do it for us tonight here on MaxspeedTV. TV. Don't forget, folks, Thursday night with the OP Throwback Series, I will be calling that race. And again, I need to apologize publicly for last Thursday night. I know I had the stream scheduled, but got real sick right before the race started, so I do apologize for having to cancel that broadcast. I will make that up to those guys as well. But also believe Josh and Jeremy, if Josh can get his headset issue fixed, they will be broadcasting the J&K Lift Services. We will have the dual broadcast this Thursday night. I hope everybody had a great Labor Day weekend. And until Thursday night, guys, enjoy the rest of your night. Stay safe, and we will see you on Thursday.